What's up everybody? Today, let's talk about a Jak and Daxter mobile game once again, but first, this video is in promotion with Freakout Games. This game that you're currently watching as the background gameplay is called SolBot Energy Rush. As you can see by the gameplay, this game is actually pretty fun, I'm not gonna lie. And as you play it, you get to learn a little bit about energy utilization, and overall, the game is really enjoyable. I have 2 high scores in it, one on Android and another on iOS. You can play as me in a way if you want. If you select the CRUZANDO picture, tweet me your high scores or throw them in the comments below. Go download it right now, links in the description and in the pinned comment. So as we know, playing mobile games are becoming more and more popular, and Ratchet & Clank and Sly Cooper already have mobile games, so why couldn't Jak? I mean, think about this. Jak could have a rhythm-based game off of the mini game in Jak 3 in the beginning when you press the corresponding buttons when they appear. I mean, think about one of the most played songs in the anime category on Spotify. It's a Jak 3 theme actually, which means why should they let that be and not at least use Jak for mobile games? Sony is staying in the phone market, and as digital games become bigger and bigger, the reasons to own a console becomes smaller and smaller. So I personally do think they should get Jak a solid mobile footing so more people can be exposed to it, and a lot more for Sony than just waiting out while consoles slowly die, because once physical games are gone in the next 15 years, then console gaming will die with them. Because if your games are digital anyways, why wouldn't you just jump to PC or play games on your phone instead of pay $400 for an underpowered console every couple years? It just makes sense for them to get Jak a solid footing off of PlayStation to prepare for the future, because cartoony anime games are still crazy popular. But, you know, Sony don't want to admit that. I mean, just look at Code Vein. It's one of the most anticipated games of 2019. It's an anime style game, so Jak could be the same way. But anyways, now let's look at something else. So you know how Jak's second yellow gun shoots and bounces off of things, right? You know the concept of Angry Birds, right? And more recently, King Oddball. What if there was a puzzle game like that, but skinned with Jak and his guns? Jak could be standing at one side or the other, or maybe even in the center, and you have to aim the guns to bounce off of stuff to break the cages, or maybe Ottsels and get them to be freed. And maybe other people, or maybe go a step further like King Oddball and have enemies to have to defeat and only allow 3 shots, but if you use them right, since they bounce around, then that's all you need. There's a billion different ways to make a Jak mobile game. Like, there's so many options. Why can't they just fit one into it? You know, it would be a simple game. Those are the most basic, but they could even go a step further and make a successor, not a sequel, but a successor to Jak X, and have a mobile racing game, but in the style of Jak X, and feature a bunch of characters from other Sony games as microtransactions and stuff, and allow the game to be profitable in such a way that maybe this game could get ported to, I guess at the time, going off of rumors, there would be a PlayStation 5, because a mobile game of that statue would probably take a year or 2 to make. So that would probably be around the time, you know, PlayStation 5 comes out, 2020, early 2021, around that time. Now, let's rant a little bit. As much as I hate it, physical games are dying, and digital is rising. Console is dying even faster, while handheld and PC is on a fast train. I mean, the Switch isn't even a console technically, and it's the fastest selling console of all time. Hi, just chiming in here. After I recorded this video, it actually came out that the Nintendo Switch has already sold so much units this year that it is actually impossible for Xbox or PlayStation to catch up. They could release Uncharted 5, The Last of Us Part 2, Jak 4, Gran Turismo Remastered, Metal Gear Solid Remastered, all PlayStation exclusive, and the PlayStation still could not sell enough units to catch the Nintendo Switch. That just blows my mind. Anyways, back to the video. And its games have dominated every single month. I mean, Breath of the Wild is over, and PC is on a fast train. I mean, the Switch isn't even a console technically, and it's the fastest selling console of all time. Like I said, the Breath of the Wild is over. You know, it's been over a year since this came out, and it's still one of the top selling games every single month. PlayStation has no games in its history that has done that. So if PlayStation doesn't do something to get back into the mobile world, then RIP to the PlayStation, because once physical games are gone, there's no reason to own a console-based PlayStation or Xbox at that point. So they're both gonna have to jump to mobile or PC, and Xbox already realizes that and is slowly jumping to having all of their first-party games on PC. I mean, gaming gets bigger every year, and we have a ton of casuals coming in, and that's making more digital purchases. If they go full digital, then the stream service launches by Google, then the casuals will all go to PC to stream their games, or they're just going to use Google's stream console because they can play whatever games they want and never have to upgrade their system again. That is why casuals are complaining about the PlayStation 5 coming out. Like I said, you've probably this generation, we probably have 50 million PlayStation 4 owners that are just casual gamers. Since they've been complaining hardcore about Sony making a PlayStation 5 instead of supporting the PlayStation 4 until 3005. I'll be right by your side. Childish Gambino, 2016, look it up, best song of that year. Forever, so once Google's stream-based consoles come, they will no longer be playing on consoles since they don't want to upgrade systems, so that's going to make a heavy hit to PlayStation and Xbox and consoles in general. So that means if there's 3 million digital sales today, then those sales will drop to about 800,000, and 600,000 of those will be physical-based gamers that would buy the game, which will mean, since they ran physical gamers away to Nintendo Switch or PC, that'll spell death for home consoles because 200,000 of those units will be split between Xbox and PlayStation, and it's not going to be profitable. No one's going to port their games to PlayStation or Xbox at that point. Especially if you're already digital only on PC, there's no real reason to buy a console if it's going to be digital only. And even EA and Ubisoft is saying this will happen, so if we want Jak to survive, we're going to need them to get Jak to get a foothold in the mobile world. I mean, PlayStation already created a studio to make Nintendo Switch games, so why not just go ahead and port the remasters to the Switch of all these classic PlayStation games? The Switch is more powerful than the PlayStation 3, so the only excuse they have is that it wouldn't be an exclusive anymore. But exclusives don't matter when you're trying to keep something alive. I mean, obviously, PlayStation has no issues right now. I mean, it is predicted the Nintendo Switch is going to outsell it by like a country mile, okay? Not even a country mile. Like, say it's a mile between the United States to the United Kingdom, the whole ocean. Like, that's how much more the Nintendo Switch is going to sell compared to the PlayStation 4. But that's getting off topic. So imagine if Capcom and Resident Evil had stayed Nintendo exclusive. Times are changing, right? And exclusives are spreading out to other consoles, and it may be time that the PlayStation brand spreads out its IPs to Nintendo, or at least iPhone and Android. I mean, Yakuza sees the writings on the wall. They see the writing is on the wall. They are leaving PlayStation. Yakuza Kiwami is going to be the last PlayStation exclusive Yakuza game, Kiwami 2. I mean, it's going to get ported to PC though, but for right now, it's the last one. And the next Yakuza game, Ryogakutoku Online, it is going to be Microsoft and mobile phone exclusive. Microsoft and mobile phone exclusive. It's not even touching a Sony product. It is not doing that at all. They see the writing on the wall. Home consoles are dying. Mobile gaming and Microsoft PC is on the rise. So they really need, like, PlayStation needs to wake up and say, okay, we need to prepare for the future. Because let me tell you something, if PlayStation did not start putting their music available digitally and all that type of stuff, and they were still out here selling Walkmans, they would not be afloat anymore. They've always gone and floated with the times and gotten with the times, but this time they're kind of killing themselves by making games digital only in the future. So they need to branch out, put it on mobile handhelds, make their own mobile handheld again. I don't know. So that's the end of my rant. Jak as a mobile puzzle game would be really cool, and I really hope that they at least consider doing it before it's too late. I mean, what are your ideas for a Jak and Daxter mobile game? Obviously this video is just for funsies. It's not like it's actually gonna happen in the near future. It'll probably happen, you know, next decade will probably be when console gaming finally dies. But what do you think could save console gaming? This video is meant to start a conversation and show you this awesome game, SolBot Energy Rush, which again, go download it on your iPhone and Android right this instant. And with that being said, My name's CRUZANDO, try not to die, and I will see you in the next video.